They make these pulpits for tall people. I don't ever preach in heels. I don't like it. But I can't see over it. I love my God so much. Do you guys love your God so much? And you know what? I love you ladies so much too. I think that you're really special, and I think that God has something really special He wants to say this month. So I'm talking to the ladies. Men, if you're wise, you'll take some notes and apply them to your life too. And 10 minutes is really hard for a talker by trade, so I'm going to do my best. I was so excited whenever we started talking about doing Women's Month again. It's my favorite month. I love it. Chelsea and I, we were talking about it, and we look forward to it at the end of May, almost like it's Christmas. And the theme for this year, I knew I was going to love it because it was right up my alley. I always find myself talking in the vein of talking about purpose. And whenever I find myself mentoring or speaking to a group of teenagers, purpose is where I always seem to find myself. So I was praying, and I was like, God, of all the things I could say, what do you want me to say? And I looked at the flyer, and it says Heart Vision, Ignited by Love. And I zeroed in on Ignited by Love because I got it. So I was thinking about the word ignite, and it's a really simple word, but it produces something really great. I'm going to tell a story, and it's of two of our friends. Their parents are here, and I'm probably going to mess up the details a little bit, but we had these two friends. They're young men, and when they were little, they decided they were going to go play in the woods, and while they were in the woods, I believe they struck a match, and it fell on the ground, and it hit a leaf, and then it hit a twig, and then the wind blew just right, and it wasn't a small fire. And all I can imagine is these two little boys running home like, don't you tell Mom, don't you tell her. And I laughed about it because that was the first story I thought of whenever I thought of the word ignite, was my two friends that set their neighborhood woods on fire. But think about what I just said for a minute. They struck a little match, something pretty insignificant. It hit something that was dead, a leaf, and then it touched something that was broken, a twig, and then the wind hit it just right, and there was a fire. Makes that story a little bit better, probably 20 years later. So I was really pondering on that, and I was like, okay, God, you hit a dead thing and a broken thing, and you breathe on it just right. And I couldn't help but think of Ephesians 1:18. I ask the God of our Master, Jesus Christ, the God of glory, to make you intelligent, discerning, and knowing Him personally, your eyes focused and clear so that you can see exactly what it is He is calling you to do. Grasp the immensity of His glorious way of life He has for His followers, the utter extravagance of His work in us, endless energy, boundless strength. Isn't that awesome? Endless energy, boundless strength. But then, and knowing this, and knowing Him personally, listen to this. Eyes focused and clear. We have extravagant purpose. Endless energy, boundless strength. I can't get past that. That's so awesome. But if I stop and I think, if I'm honest, most days I say, God, that's beautiful, but not me. Endless energy. After 4 cups of coffee on my best day, I do not have endless energy. And you can forget boundless strength because I can barely run for 10 feet without, oh, God, I can't breathe. I look at my calendar some days, and then I look at my baby, who's really cute, and I look at my husband, and I think, I'm probably just going to go back to bed because there is no way I'm going to get to all of these things that I have to do. And don't get me started on extravagant purpose, because changing 3 poopy diapers in an hour's period, and then hopefully getting to my dishes, and then answering phone calls or calling pest control companies, that doesn't feel like extravagant purpose to me. I don't know what you're talking about, God. That's beautiful, but not me. Not me. And then I think, I'm around some ladies a lot, and I know that I'm not the only one that struggles with this. I'm not. I would even venture to say that men probably struggle with this too. God, not me, not extravagant purpose, not boundless or boundless strength, endless joy, whatever. You know what I mean? And then it makes me think a little bit deeper into the nature of us ladies. We have an enormous list of qualifiers and disqualifiers. And you know what? I don't have enough of the good stuff, but I have a whole lot of the bad stuff. I don't qualify in me, but they do. They're qualified because, see, all of a sudden I start to compare. I let my insecurities start to have a voice, and I compare. And then I do something really interesting, and I use my disqualifiers to my advantage. I could have very easily, whenever they told me they wanted me to speak at this 10-3, whatever it's called, I could have said, no, not me. I'm nervous. I'm too chatty. 10 minutes is not long enough. I'm just a youth pastor. I'm just a secretary. I'm just not what you need, right? And all of a sudden I use my insecurities, the things I want to keep secret, to my advantage to get out of the thing that God's called me to do. What dangerous ground are we walking on whenever we start to take the thing that we're scared of and use it to our advantage? Okay, here's a vulnerable moment. I am surrounded on a daily basis, whether I find myself here at Harvest, Destiny, or even working on the conference level. I am surrounded by powerful women. They are amazing at doing the thing that I so desperately want to do. They have a voice in this generation, and they carry out their thoughts and their messages flawlessly. They speak with such eloquence. And to me, everything about them screams success. But not me. They're gorgeous. They have money. They have nice things. They speak so well. They're so smart. They're educated. They probably do their dishes, and they always have really good hair, and their house is probably spotless, and they have really great makeup. And do you see what I did? I have made them a hero and a villain all at the same time. The people that I look up to that have done nothing but speak purpose into my life without them doing nothing wrong, I have made them my hero and my villain. I have to stop and ask myself, and I don't want the Sunday school answer, the thing that my head knows. Who is the author of my purpose? Who am I putting stock in? With my future, with my finances, ultimately with my purpose? Who is really my God here? And that was a question that was asked to me here just recently by somebody I love. What if they do this? What if this happens? And I had to stop and I said, God, I feel afraid. But aren't you supposed to be the thing in my heart that lets me know that even if they did the worst, you'd give me the best? Then there's this, Romans 5:1-2. By entering through faith into what God has always wanted to do for us, set us right with him, make us fit for him, we have it all together with God because of our Master Jesus. And that's not all. I love this. We throw open our doors to God and discover at the same moment that he has already thrown open his door to us. We find ourselves standing where we always hoped we might stand, out in the wide open spaces of God's grace and glory, standing and shouting praises. Do you see? In me, I am not enough. I'm okay with that. But God, being a good father, in his goodness, put me right with him and called me enough. In myself, I do not have endless energy, and I've come to terms with it. And I do not have boundless strength at all, really. But in him, I am actually strong in my weakness and can run this race with endurance, letting all of my weaknesses and all of my shortcomings produce something, because we know it does. The next part of Romans 5, it's 3-5. There's more to come. We continue to shout our praise even when we're hemmed in with troubles, shortcomings, weaknesses, exhaustion. Because we know how troubles can develop passionate patience in us, how that patience in turn forges the tempered steel of virtue, keeping us alert for whatever God will do next. In alert expectancy such as this, we're never left feeling shortchanged. Quite the contrary. We can't round up enough containers to hold everything God generously pours into our lives through the Holy Spirit. I have a couple other things I want to say, but I want to end with this. I don't care if you're 26 like me, if you're 8, or if you're 120. There is purpose where you are. And if you activate it, and if you put aside your heart vision that stems out of fear and operates out of faith in a God who so graciously loves you, and you recognize you're standing in that field of grace, it will ignite that love in you, and you will be able to pursue your passion and fulfill the purpose on your life.